Hello, Year 7. Welcome back after half term. Hopefully, you had a restful time. We're starting a new topic, but it's related to what Mr. LePage has, what he did with you before half term on cells. In the first lesson, we're looking at levels of organization. There are two pictures on the screen. What do you think the lesson is about? I know I've given you the title, but I'm just asking for a bit more detail of what you think we're going to be discussing today. So you've got a box of tissues in the top left corner, and you've got what looks like cells, if you can remember plant and animal cells that you did before half term. Now, the lesson outcomes is that you should be able to define and state examples of tissues, organs, and organ systems, and explain their hierarchy or the order of organizations in a multicellular organism. The word multicellular means many cells, and organisms like us, like your dog or cat or parrot or whatever animal it is that you have at home, are multicellular organisms because they're made of more than one type of cell. Now, there's a question on the board for you. Can you make the words of 3 organs in the body using the letters from the word below? Choir master Ben. You can pause the video now and see whether you can come up with 3 different organs in the body. Okay, well, I hope you got them right. Heart, brain, and stomach can be formed from those 2 words. We're now going to look at how the body is organized. So it's similar to how a school is organized, and we'll look at that now. So how is a school organized? How is Knole Academy organized? You have 1 pupil like you. Then you have your registration groups or form groups. Then you have your subject classes. Then you have a year group, so the whole of year 7. And then you have a school. Obviously, it's not just the whole of year 7 that makes up the school. It's, from year 7 to year 11. And we're going to see that this is a similar situation in how the body is also organized. So in the body, you have cells, which we did with Mr. LePage. So cells are the smallest unit of life. Cells with the same function get together in groups and they form what we call a tissue. So the same cells form a tissue. Different tissues link together to carry out a certain job. And together they're known as an organ. So you've got, one type of tissue here, another type of tissue here, another type here, and together they make up the organ or an organ. Okay, now a group of similar cells called a tissue. Just a quick recap. A group of different cell tissues is called an organ. An organ is made from a group of different tissues which are all working together to perform a particular job. So you've got nerve cells, you've got brain tissue, you've got the brain, which is the organ. Then you've got an organ system, so that is going to be the brain working with other types of organs to form an organ system. And then you have an organism. So this is the hierarchy or the order in which the body is organized. So you've got cells, tissue, organ system, and the organism. So what is an organ? Where do we find organs? If you're not sure about the first two questions, I'm going to suggest that you pause the video and start from the beginning again. Can you name all the organs found in the human body? Do you know where they are located in the body? I mean, if you stand in front of the mirror or in front of a mirror, you should be able to see some organs. Most of the organs in the body are internal, but you should be able to see some just by looking in the mirror. And if you look at the pictures on the screen, you should be able to come up with all the organs in the body. The only one that isn't showing on there is the skin. Both plants and animals have organs. For example, in animals, you have the heart, the lung, the stomach, the brain, the kidneys, the liver. Your eyes are organs. What about plants? What kind of organs would you find in plants? Any idea? Okay, I'm giving you the first letter of each of those organs, and you should be able to guess what they are. You can pause the video now. The number of letters for each of the organ is also shown by the dashes next to the first letters. So try and see if you can work it out. So the first one is the leaf. The second one is root. Third, stem. And the fourth one, flower. Each organ has a very specific job to do. The organs in the human body do the following. For example, the digestive system will digest food, absorb the energy and nutrients. The brain controls our whole body. The kidneys, they are a waste filtration system. They help to remove urea and adjust the water content in blood. The bladder collects waste material and stores it until it's full enough to be emptied through the urethra, just that one there. The heart pumps blood throughout the body. The lungs transport oxygen into the body and carbon dioxide out from the body. And the liver detoxifies the body, so it cleans it of toxins. And these are just some of the organs in the body. The plant organs, for example, leaves, they absorb sunlight and make food for the plant by photosynthesis. The waste product of photosynthesis, oxygen, escapes through tiny holes in the leaves. And obviously it's oxygen that we need to breathe in. Roots keep a plant in the ground. They also take water in and nutrients from the soil. And then the reproductive organs, in this case, they are located in the flower. So the flower is part of the reproductive organ. It allows the plant to produce new plants. The stem supports the leaves and flowers, and it transports water and nutrients between the roots and the leaves. Now, organ systems are groups of organs that work together to perform a function. They have a particular job to do. So, for example, the circulatory system, you've got your blood vessel, you've got the heart, and you've got blood cells. Together, they make up an organ system. So we've looked at the circulatory system. The respiratory system is made up of the lungs and the trachea. The trachea is another name for your windpipe. The digestive system is made from the mouth, the stomach, the intestines, the liver, and the anus. The nervous system is made from the brain, spinal cord, and nerves. The excretory system, the kidneys, urinary bladder, and the urethra. The reproductive system, the ovaries or the testes, depending on whether you are male or female. The muscular system is made up of skeletal muscles. And then in plants, you have the leaf canopy, the root system, and the flowers. So I'm just going to give you a little test now. So match the keywords to the sentences. And as an extension, you can draw each part. At the end of 2 minutes, I'm just going to start the time now. At the end of 2 minutes, if you think you still need some more time and you aren't quite done, then you can pause the video and just finish matching them together and then move on. For those of you who you've been able to do it a lot quicker and you don't need the 2 full minutes, you can do the extension task. To make life easier for you guys, there is nothing to submit. You do not need to submit this work. The answers will be coming up on the next screen, but it's a good idea to try and work out the answers yourself. In fact, none of the tasks that you'll be doing this week will require you to submit anything. Okay, if you need more than 2 minutes, like I said, pause the video and then try and take as much of the time as you need before going on to the answers. So the first one, cell. The smallest unit of any living thing. Tissue, made of lots of the same type of cell. Organ, made of different tissues working together. Organ system, made of different organs working together to perform a job. An organism, a living thing. So hopefully you got the answers right, you got them all right. If not, then it means you need to build up your understanding a little bit more and just play the video again. So a quick summary of what we've done. Similar cells can group together to form tissues. Different tissues form an organ. A group of organs which work together form an organ system. And then the organ system forms an organism. Both plants and animals have organs. They're very different from each other and they have specific functions within the organ. Okay, what I would like you to do to test your understanding as well is to choose a picture and explain how it is related to the lesson today. You do not need to send anything into to me, to Mr. LePage or to Mr. Aero. I just want you to be able to explain to either your mom, your dad, your siblings, your carer, grandparents, just what you have learned today. If you're struggling to be able to explain it, then you need to rewatch the video. And these are just some interesting facts. Just have a quick look at them. I know some of them are some of the words are really tiny. And some of them you don't really need to know till you get to key stage 4. Okay, well, I hope you understood today's lesson. And next lesson, we'll be looking at the skeleton. Bye.